literally better than I am.
Oh man.
I got some like couple random things I want to talk about today. Just some like TikTok clips I'm seeing of different podcasts.
Damn. My jaw feels loose.
What happened? Which one?
Isn't there usually a screw right here?
No, you're good. I think you're good. What's up, everybody? I'm really tired and like I don't know. I feel like I'm coming down with something. Maybe it was the weekend that I had.
New arms? These are new, right?
Yes.
As of what day? As of what show? What day and what show? Like how many months?
2 months probably, bro. Easily. Maybe more than that. I don't know.
That's fucking hilarious. I'm just noticing because usually, sometimes bro, I would bring it back and I would hit.
This. We set these up together
and
when we got them.
But you know what I'm saying? I would hit the little, you know what I mean?
And you know who got them for us too.
I do. I was just tweaked. It just blew my mind. I'm not even gonna lie to you. What's up, gang? How y'all doing?
How is everybody? Welcome to the All Day Everyday Show with All Day AJ and Manny Robin. We're off to a hot start today.
Am I the only person? Do you guys ever get something new and like don't notice it for like a month or two? Like until you do something specific? Really?
I'm trying to think of like something that would be
my 56 degree. Didn't know I had that black 56 degree until I almost lost it, or that new Cleveland 56 degree until I almost lost that Paxton. Literally, when I realized I didn't practice all winter, but I forgot I got a new 56 degree. What else? I could really go on.
How do you not know you have a new wedge? You know what I mean? Like that's terrible. Like, you see it sitting up,
and
like,
I literally lost it. The guys were like, "Is this your 56?" And I was like, "No, I can't." I'm like, "Oh, that's."
Oh yeah, when we played the other
I was like,
day.
I almost lost my fucking wedge.
Tea Party. Speaking of that, new tea parties are coming out really soon. We got some new cargo coming in to help us out with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got a big show today. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to drop a like, comment, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Apple Podcasts and Spotify are listening audio platforms. Make sure to give us those ratings. They do help us go a long, long way. Where is my shit here? We have a bunch to talk about today. Again, we say it every time. We like covering the some headlines that may not get enough attention as they should. So we got more stuff on Ja Morant, plenty of stuff on this controversial Devin Haney win over Lomachenko this weekend. Lamar Jackson has some comments on we're going to be doing some less running and more throwing. That should be cool. Yankees and Phillies, obviously we always do our updates on that. And plenty more in the NBA and NHL playoffs. I want to start off with something funny, though. I see all over my TikTok feed now before it was Theo Von. You know how like he says all that crazy shit? Von. You know who that is? Like comedian. He has his podcast, and he just says like whatever the fuck comes to his mind. Like could be the craziest shit in the world.
Is that the dude that's like...
He's got the goatee.
If you want to fuck your teacher. Is that him?
Yeah.
That's him? That's the guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
just like the craziest shit.
If you want to know how to threesome, that's the guy. He's funny as fuck.
The crazy shit comes out of his mouth. So now I'm seeing... he was on the BFFs pod, which is the Barstool podcast with Portnoy, Josh Richards, and Brianna Chicken Fry. And
what a name.
He was like, yeah. And he was like low-key flirting with her on that show. That was a couple months ago, I think. And then now, all my feed is like clips of when Brianna Chicken Fry was on Theo Von's podcast. And they're sitting like, it's kind of like, for me, like it's kind of like too close. Like he's sitting this way. She's sitting about where like that camera is right there. But like it's closer than that. Like they're just like, it's like locked eye contact for like, I don't know, the 2-hour podcast or however long it was. I'm like, and like the stuff that he's saying, like he's uncomfortable because you can just tell he's normally like saying random shit and like he's just out there. And this one, he's kind of just like he's moving around all the time like this. He's got to fix this. He's fixing his hat, and I'm like he wants her bad, but he doesn't know what to say. So I just thought it was really funny.
You got like 800 videos of advice, homie. You might as well hit the script.
And he's saying all this random shit. I'm like, okay, could you be the same guy? And then listen to this shit. I saw this clip last night. She's talking about, he's like, you seem like the boyfriend type. And she's like, oh yeah, like I am. I like having a boyfriend. And she's like, but normally like I do like the overlap. And he's like, what's the overlap? And he's like, she's like, well, I'll get a boyfriend. And then towards the end of that relationship, I'll find like another one. Mm-hmm. And then they're like dating at like the same time. And then whatever, then she pushes that one away and then whatever. And then he's like looking at his producer over here and he's like, hey, Zach, like, what do we refer that to? as like, what do we refer that overlap as? And his producer, you can just like hear faintly in the distance. He's like, that might be cheating. And then he's like, yeah, like that's cheating. So she's like explaining how she just dates someone in the friend group, and then the other guy in the friend group, she starts doing it with him and going out with him, and then the other guy's right there, and then Theo Von just being fucking him is like, so do you ever like have them like meet, like he gets in your car after he gets out of yours and they meet each other,
shake hands,
and she literally said that one of the first times that's what happened. I'm like, bro, what? Wait, this is normality now?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
So now I'm just like watching this stuff, and I'm like, they did a reality TV show too. Brianna Chicken Fry and Josh Richards, they just finished up their reality show. The two of them were hosting a reality show for Barstool on the BFF Pod YouTube.
The funny thing is, Josh is the kid with the black hair, right?
Yeah, but now it's like, oh, he went to pink, he went to orange, he went to.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'd be out the loop with these motherfuckers. I guess these celebrities these days.
Well, so here's the other thing. I don't watch the BFF's podcast. I just like see clips. But one of the clips in suspense was Dave's contract is running out with Barstool. And he's been saying he's going to do like one last big show. He's going to sell out MSG and like roast everybody that's ever wronged him, whatever. And then that's it. And then he's done. And he's just going to go live on a beach and that's it. And he's been saying, my goal was never to be like the president of this and whatever. It's just to get my bag and get out. And now he's receiving some type of backlash with that. Just within like, fans and comment sections that are like, well, I'm not going to buy your shit anymore. I'm like,
I think it's weird that he wants to go live on a beach. Bro, if you have that kind of blood, you know what I'm saying? I think Dave Portnoy is at the pinnacle of what people that kind of have that shit coursing through our veins have. A la like the Rogans, McAfee's, like people that just want to fucking build their shit to the peak. I don't think you can finish that venture. I don't think he can just sit on the beach for the rest of his life.
I don't.
How old is he? Is he even in his 60s yet?
No, he's like early 40s.
That's what I'm saying. That's a lot. Like, bro, I think to a point. That's why I think athletes have so much trouble when they quit their sport, like doing shit after, bro. It's in your blood to do something like that. I don't know. You gotta put that shit somewhere else. He might just take up golf and become a stick. Like that is something that people do and just gamble shit kind of money on the course, I guess. But that motherfucker, the way he built Barstool like that, I will be shocked if he could sit on a beach from 45 until he's duly departed and just chill the fuck out.
I think the same thing with it too is he's been in this spotlight for so long.
But you can do something else not in the spotlight.
I just think he's the personality that needs to be in the spotlight. And
he's
okay. Out of that spotlight. Like, shit.
There's so many people like that too.
What am I doing? I got to get back on camera. Like,
These idiots are saying this. They're doing,
exactly.
They're doing this show now. Like, 100%.
So,
100%.
Yeah.
I think we'll see Dave again.
We will see him again. I also I'm not.
Even if he's doing more pizza reviews and shit.
Right. I just don't know when. I don't know when the contract runs out, but like the clip of it was like, so Dave, is the BFF's pod going to continue when your contract runs out? And then the clip just stops. And I'm like, great suspenseful clip. Like, I'm just not going to watch it, but
shit, editor.
Like, good job.
Y'all don't get enough praise.
Right.
Shit, yeah.
And a lot of those shows actually, nothing's edited. So, like, nothing gets cut out. We're the same way. Nothing gets cut out.
Yeah.
But he was like, they were asking if his girlfriend would come on, who's like this young hottie. And they're like, he's like, well, I can't have her on because we're just going to argue and I'm going to need that cut out. But I can't have that cut out because we're just, you turn it on and you go. So I'm like, all right, man. I don't know. I'm not invested in any of that. It sounds like I am. It's just on my feed and shit's going on. And I wanted to talk about Theo Von.
Dave, I like seeing what Dave's up to.
He's built an empire. I wanted to see what was on with fucking with Theo Von and Brianna Chicken Fry. All right. So Ja Morant, we're gonna go again week after week. We're still continuing to discuss Ja Morant. ESPN, police conduct a welfare check on Ja Morant after his Instagram stories. For those that have apparently not seen these stories, there's stories of his mother, his daughter, his father saying thank you, and then one of his that says goodbye. I think that's nice that we're issuing a welfare check to go.
No, what the fuck is this?
I think that's nice.
Issue a welfare check because I posted on my story like an emotional 20-year-old. We see this every day. You want to open your Instagram up? It's going to be 3 shorties, 5 homies that they went through something. Now they posted some shit. Oh, this and that.
Yeah, but that's like, being in the limelight here.
I'm taking a break from social media. All right, come the fuck on.
being in this spotlight, you're going to get that.
You are gonna get that. You are 150% correct because he is Ja Morant and because obviously he was going through with guns and shit and putting guns to his head and dangling them. Obviously, you are 100% correct. I'm just saying
from the normal people from
people I see this shit because Ja's our age.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? Adam Silver. You bring this to an attention. This kid's going through something. He posts on the story. He's like, "Oh man, yeah, he could be. Fuck, like, you know what I mean? Like, let's say if I lose like a really nice job tomorrow and I start posting like emotional shit on my story, my mom's gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on?" Right. But like, I think this is just a kid that is living through the social media age and just like, you know what I'm saying? Just putting a little too much on the story, as a lot of us fucking do, and we see this every fucking day. I think he's okay. I think he's just emotional. He can't hop on live anymore and deal with that. I'm gonna post a little story with my family, tell them all thank you. I'm taking a break from social media. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Pop. Thank you, Mom. Maybe I'm sorry for all the shit I pushed all through. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take a break from this shit. Obviously, it's hurting my shit I got going on. That's how I saw it. I think Josh cool. That's what I said when I read that headline. I said, "Oh, welfare, come the fuck on."
Well, also, I mean,
what they do? Knock on his door. Hey, Ja, are you okay in there? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah. Well, I also like. What was that first conversation? Like, was it like you knock on the door and like, "Hey, Ja, we saw your Instagram story." Like,
it's probably like a phone call or something. Don't get it twisted. Like I appreciate like they're trying to like look out for Ja because honestly we all know like mental health serious, there's a bunch of shit going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I do appreciate that they're doing that. I just think like the headline and like the picture they're trying to paint, as I said in a couple shows before, they're gonna try to make an example of that boy. That's kind of what I'm like. This is where I'm like, come the fuck on. Like you guys can do this in a way that, but it's 2023. They won't do that. But like. The boys on social media just
I think it's also
maybe
like part of that's catching up to him in a way that's like, hey, Adam Silver again has to make a really tough decision.
Yeah, he does.
And like maybe all of this is now, yes, he did something wrong, but it's been blown up out of proportion and blown up like this.
He could even try to make a PR move. Let me post some family on my story, say I'm taking a break. Hopefully they think I'm, trying to get my mind right. Now they're taking it fucking, taking it left. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like those were some of the comments on the tweets that I was seeing about it. Mm-hmm. Like the replies to the tweets were saying exactly that. Like, oh, Adam, like, Adam Silver, I hope you know that I'm still a family man or whatever, which is like fucked up to say because he's just we don't know, but maybe those people.
I think that's Ja. Of all the stuff that's happened in the last 6 months, I think that's Ja being himself.
Exactly. I mean,
me personally.
Also,
showing a lot of love to his pops every game he's at. Showing a lot of love to his daughter every game he's at. I've never seen him with his mom.
Even throughout
this, goddamn.
Even throughout this whole like everything with the guns and the suspensions and all this, he's probably still only real people he's talking to are his parents.
Absolutely.
And being around his daughter. But we don't see that. We don't know that.
Absolutely.
So maybe this is just a post saying, hey,
thank you.
Like, thank you.
Tough time we went through.
Tough times, and you're with me
100%.
Every step of the way, and I'm just like, hey, I got to get the hell off social media. That's probably what it was. But it's getting blown out of like, oh, Adam Silver, I'm a family man. Don't suspend me for a year and don't do this and whatever. I like, again, it goes back to your original point from last week where this is like an example that we're trying to make out of Ja Morant.
And the NBA as a private organization kind of, I guess, quote unquote, has to. I'm just not going to like the way they do it at all. I think it's really dweebish and, we're praying for you, Ja.
100%. We're the few that aren't laughing at you, I'll tell you that.
Facts.
We still understand that it is a serious matter and you have a lot of eyes on you but all this, I'm not buying your shoe because you held a gun, and I'm not, wearing your logo because of this. Everybody relax. He's a 23-year-old kid with a lot of money.
The shoe was funny.
Like, I'm not saying we would be fucking holding guns and shit with that kind of money and all this like fame and fortune and whatever, but like.
We don't know for a fact that Michael Jordan got his father killed, but y'all went through that generation and kept wearing his retros every goddamn day. I don't want to hear it.
Facts, dude. I also saw, speaking of that, I want to say,
and I'm still wear Jordan.
I saw this tweet, I think it was from Front Office Sports, he bought a Roadster for like $3.5 million, and it can top. It's like one of 30 in the world, and we'll flash pictures of this, but it can reach. It can top 300 miles an hour.
What the fuck?
And is one of 30 in the world, and he paid like $3 to $3.5 million for this thing.
I fuck with that.
Unfucking believable.
You know he's a 2 handicap.
Well, did you hear about his golf course? His golf course. Actually, somebody at the club went down and played not with him, but
I was gonna say, what the fuck?
Your golf carts go like 40 miles an hour.
Sick.
Drones bring out your food and drink to where you are. Michael Jordan's playing. There's like a bunch of celebrities there. You got to get invited to go down there. And if he's playing in the group behind you, you just get the fuck out of the way and you go. The other crazy thing that I heard.
What do you mean? You can't finish your hole?
No. Like you just let him play through.
Okay.
You stay the fuck. You don't say a thing to him. You just stay the fuck away from him. And the other thing I heard is like people were just like playing random holes. So it's like some dude could be on one's tee box playing like the 8th hole.
Right.
Like he's like it's crazy. And I'm more like focused on like there is drones that are bringing out your beer for you. Like
the cart waiting for the cart girl to come around saves a lot of people. That's all I'm gonna say.
But now
you don't have to wait. Yeah, now we don't gotta wait. You can have a bad hole 4, chug the White Claw, be on 5, second shot, call the drone when you get to the putt.
And also those rounds must go like this if our carts are going that fast.
Yeah.
I mean. So yeah, that was one thing I had to mention.
I wonder what the rules are. You definitely can't ride through the rough going 40 miles per hour.
Yeah, probably not. Right. I mean, it better be fairways only. Yeah. Tell you what. That's something only we would think about, okay? No one's saying that. All right, over to boxing, pound per pound. We saw the fight this weekend. Devin Haney moves up. Does he move up in that controversial win over Lomachenko? And just a little note here. Obviously, everybody knows Terrence Crawford's number 1. But as we scroll down this list and we see Devin Haney moving from 10 to 9 and Shakur Stevenson from last week's fight moving down from 9 to 10, it just raises the question, reporters, media, fans all over social media up in arms of this, well, he was robbed. He was. I'm in agreement.
Loma was minus 500 live going into round 11. I don't know if you checked, but because I wasn't watching bro. How do you go from minus 500 to going to round? There's only 2 rounds. There's only 2 rounds to fight. Listen, now Haney did land more punches and did land and. I think he landed more punches and landed way more accurately, like exponentially more accurately. And when you watch back the highlights and shit, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, Loma had all the highlight moments and shit like that, whatever. Maybe Haney outboxed him, but
can we say this? Though?
I want to see that one again. I want to see that one again.
Here's this stat. I want to see that one again. Mind. This blows my mind. One of the judges, Dave Moretti, was the only judge. This again from ESPN. Dave Moretti was the only judge to give Devin Haney the 10th round, a round where Haney landed only 5 punches and seemed to be dominated by Lomachenko.
That's when he going to the 11th round. He was minus 500. Makes perfect sense. But I guess that ref giving him that round was pivotal as fuck.
Yeah, because you can see. So let's just go over our scores here. Scorecards of 115 to 113, 115 to 113. And 116 to 112. And the 116 to 112 was Moretti's card because he gave him the 10.
Yo, that's fucking crazy. I hope y'all run that back. I don't really have much to say about that. I just want to point that out. I think he got robbed too. But we got fucking Spence and Crawford in July. And holy shit. Only time in history. Pound for pound, number 1, number 2, same weight class. Fighting for it all. That's going to be a motherfucker. And I don't even really know what I'm going to do for that. I'm going to let my boxing homies put some research in for me.
Yeah, because
we're gonna ride somebody.
And I'm not, and I'm being.
I know the 2 boxers for real, but I don't really know who I should bet on.
Yeah, and I'm also not as tapped in as
I don't know yet.
Other big boxing fans are. I'm more tapped in with UFC, and that's no disrespect to boxing, but this is something that needs to.
I should have fucking took Loma, bro. I knew when I was looking at the books, I was like, Loma's plus 230. This doesn't make a lot of sense here. And even when because I'm thinking, bro, when it comes to this boxing shit, we gotta really fade the public. Like you gotta really fade.
No, you're right.
Remember what was the Ruiz knocked out Anthony Joshua? He was like plus 500 or something crazy. I think it was more than plus 500. I'm pretty sure Deontay Wilder is probably the public bet in most of those fights.
Most
of those fights, I assume so.
Especially
we gotta be fading the public.
Especially the one when Fury somehow got up.
Yeah. We gotta be fading the pub in these boxing matches. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll get a little bit more boxing in when these bigger fights come out. Again, we're not like the biggest boxing fanatics, but just had to shine some light.
I like how it's jumping off right now.
Yeah,
I like how it's jumping off.
Especially, it's getting a lot of attention because most of the social media feeds that I was seeing after that fight was like, and even in the next couple of days after, was like, robbed. This is a joke. How?
We really haven't had. I mean, we love combat sports. Even like, think of the biggest pay-per-view MMA matches. Everyone's watching that. McGregor's and the John Jones of the world, and we haven't really had those big boxing matches, those big titans in boxing since like Pacquiao and Floyd, and they had that fight way too late. I think people will always starve for it. We just don't have it, and I think right now with. You know what I'm saying? With the Crawford Spence, and there's some good heavyweights up there.
Canelo.
Obviously, Haney, Shakur, Ryan Garcia, Tank, all of them. Like Canelo, holy fuck. I didn't even say that. Like, there's a lot of good shit going on in boxing right now, and I do appreciate it. I'm going to tap in.
Yeah, I'm right there. All right, so over to some NFL as we are getting into our upcoming season. OTAs, all that kind of stuff getting underway.
Patriots broke some rules again. I don't know if you saw that. I didn't want to put that in the show.
Who's that?
The Patriots broke some rules again. They lost some practice days, OTA violations, doing hitting drills and shit.
No way. I did not see that.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a bunch of teams to get that like in the last couple of years. That's why I didn't put it in. But I was like, damn, look at them breaking rules again, motherfuckers.
Yeah, again, right. That's gonna be the headline too. Patriots break another rule. What else is new? All right, Lamar Jackson, first impression. Again, ESPN here sees his first impression on the Ravens' new offense. And what is that going to be? More throwing, more passing, less running. And his quote is less running and more throwing. And he's commenting on what the offense is going to allow him to do. Again, I think that's more on the weapons that they got in the offseason. Why the fuck would you run the ball more when you got Zay Flowers and Odell to throw to as well?
That's also a great point. And, I mean, obviously the injury shit we're talking about with the money and this and that, but I think it's great for Lamar. I think this is like a similar... Now, Vic didn't necessarily get forced into this the way that Lamar... I won't say forced, but Vic had to take a break from the league from other reasons, come back 2 years later, and then develop as more of a passer in the Eagles offense. I can see, and when he came back as a Bird, by the way, he had some of his best passing years of his career. I think Lamar is going to go through a similar transition here where it's like, okay, we know what you can do with your fucking legs, man. How about we just drop you into the pocket way more and let your plays with your legs just develop with the game? Instead of just trying to force that shit. Now we're adding all this wear and tear on your body, and then you're going to develop as a better passer. I feel like year 1, year 2 in this offense, people can be like, holy shit, oh yeah, this is Lamar Jackson. Like what this is one of the best quarterbacks in college football we've seen in the last 30 years. I'd say probably top 10. What the fuck? Like this guy broke a passing record in college. Like I guarantee you it's going to click like that. And what I was talking about on the one show, people were questioning his passing ability. I was like, well, I mean, this guy doesn't get as many real spread reps as these other quarterbacks do. And this is another opportunity for him to get way more spread offense, just spread it out, pass the ball across the yard reps that I don't think he was getting in that same triple option-esque 3 tight ends, 2 tight ends, 3 guys in the backfield type offense. That's probably going to be a lot of him and J.K. Dobbins in the backfield. Probably see Mark Andrews split out more. And, bro, I mean, Lamar Jackson with the field spread out, with having weapons, as you were saying, forcing teams to probably run some man, which they don't want to because Lamar run all over you. It could cause some problems if he's going to throw the ball around like I think he will. So I'm hyped for Lamar. I think it's going to be real good for him.
I also just love this stat here in this article. Baltimore is 16-1 when Lamar Jackson runs for 90 or more yards, but the quarterback written here from Jamison Hensley has also taken an NFL high 877 hits over the past 5 seasons.
Damn. But like the thing is, like, they're 16-1 when he rushes for 90 yards, and my exact thought is because that's when those design runs are working. He bust some design runs and shit. I guarantee you that stat will flip. Maybe it'll be 70 yards, but like 70 to 80 yards off a scramble, broken plays. That fucking pierces you on the side way worse than, you know what I mean? 5 yards in the cloud dust, 5 yards in the cloud dust, 5 yards in the cloud dust. Then he breaks off his spin move, making 2 Bengals run to each other, touchdown, Heisman shit. Like, I get it. But I think this way they're going to run this offense is going to be way more sustainable and low-key possibly more explosive.
I also just think this is good that they got these weapons, not only for like the productivity that he's going to be able to produce, but more in the fact that he has a little bit more to prove than other quarterbacks because of the money that he is being paid.
Right.
So the fact that he has his weapons and he's being put in a successful atmosphere, this is a chance for him to thrive with this money that he's. I mean, looking at it here,
I was a unanimous MVP with Hollywood.
$52 million per season.
I mean, if Daniel Jones, won a unanimous MVP with Hollywood fucking Brown, I bet he would give 50 M's too.
52 in what? How long is the NFL season? 6 months, 7 months.
It's a lot of bread.
Oh my God! So maybe
that's
here,
deserving bread though.
No, again, for sure. I think a lot of people were, maybe including myself, just a little bit skeptical on the injuries and him not really buying into the Ravens because he was, his own agent, and we didn't know if he was going to come back to Baltimore. He didn't make it clear that he wanted to come back to Baltimore. Team wasn't really winning and making playoff runs or making the playoffs without him there. So it's a clear need that he needs to be on this team for them to succeed. But at the same time, we didn't really know if he was actually bought into the roster and the Baltimore Ravens.
There's a lot of reasons for that.
Yeah, but we'll see as we go.
I won unanimous. Motherfuckers putting question marks around my name. I got my middle finger up too. Not a lot of people can do that. And like their second, third year. You know what I'm saying, bro? We gotta remember who we talk about. I feel like a lot of people forget who they talk about.
And
when it comes to Lamar Jackson.
You continue to say that every time.
People be forgetting who they talking about when it comes to Lamar. It be blowing my mind. Like, bro.
All right, so I do want to bring up this stat before we move on to some baseball and the MLB. A tweet here from NFL Dove Kleiman. The most turnovers, there's 4 guys here. The most turnovers in one-score games over the past 3 years. This is from ESPN in the tweet. We're going to start with number 4. Dak Prescott at 28. Again,
oh my God.
Turnovers in one-score games over the past 3 years. Number 4 is Dak Prescott at 28. Number 3, can you guess? It's Derek Carr at 29. Number 2, can you guess? It's Chargers Justin Herbert at 30. And number 1, this should be fucking simple for everybody. Bills quarterback Josh Allen at 36 turnovers in one-score games over the past 3 years. Pretty crazy stat.
Now, something that's interesting about Herbert and Josh Allen, I feel like I've seen them throw that like 3rd and 18. Yeah, I think a lot of those are coming from that. But Josh Allen, nah, he ain't off the hook. I'm talking more so about Herbie, but I've seen Josh Allen do that as well. That's why I want to add him in there. But nah, Josh, you be turning that pill over when it matters.
And when you
be turning that pill over when it matters.
Like,
don't get it twisted, Josh.
We're looking at these names, and when we see these guys like Dak Prescott, like, makes sense.
Dak, you be Dak be turning that pill over.
He's getting yelled. Yeah, he's getting yelled at. At the end of the year, he was getting yelled at for all his turnovers, and he's saying, "I got to play better." Derek Carr,
he be turning that shit over too.
He doesn't really get as much media attention for the turnovers that we've seen.
He don't, but he good. You look at that ticker, he good for a pick or two a game.
100%. Sure. Justin Herbert.
That was a little bit surprised.
Me too.
A little bit of surprise.
Too. I did not think he was going to be at 30. That's
that's a little high.
I mean,
for him,
that's averaging.
That's a little high.
In the last 3 years, that's averaging 10 of his interceptions in the year are in one score games.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then the Josh Allen is not surprising. Everybody said
not surprising.
He was turnover king. Brian Daboll comes in, he stops it, and then his turnovers are way down, and then he leaves, and now he's back to the same old self.
Turn that shit back.
Whatever. But I just thought that was a crazy stat just to go over with those quarterbacks. And maybe it shines light on Derek Carr here because maybe he'll be a little bit different again. That was in Raiders gear. Maybe in Saints gear, he'll be a little bit different with turning this ball over.
Hopefully.
Okay, over to the MLB.
Fucked up our fucking dynasty.
He did fuck up our dynasty team. The Phillies and the Yankees, we love giving our updates here. Let's talk about Mr. Trey Turner. He is booed by Phillies fans, and the Phillies are like a seesaw. They get up on the weekends, and then during the week they fall back down, and then they win on the weekends, and then they fall back down. It's a fucking seesaw effect. But Trey Turner in the bottom of the ninth, 5-3 against the Arizona D-backs of all teams. Runner on second, bang, see ya. Gets Phillies fans out of their seats. And number one, most importantly for Trey Turner, gives him that confidence because where is the World Baseball Classic Trey Turner that we saw a couple months ago that we have not really seen in a Phillies uniform?
Can we clap it up for Trey Turner for going through his Philly initiation?
Yeah.
Everyone needs it. Everyone needs it. Everyone needs it. Bryce went through it. Alec Bohm went through it. And now we have Trey Turner going through his Philly initiation. Two horrible plays. Two horrible plays in the field. Then he comes up and fans out. There was like 2 breaking balls in the dirt. Strike out. Yeah. Boo his ass. Boo his ass. Welcome to Philly. I think he was like 2 for 20, whatever. In his last like 25 at bats, like 0 for 20, whatever. In his last 20 at bats,
2 for 20 on the homestand.
0 for 20, whatever, with runners in scoring position. Yeah, boo his ass. Welcome to Philly, motherfucker. And the good, you know what was funny in that article? He said his mom was saying the same. His mom said, I was booing you from the couch. I said, yeah, mom, dude, he gonna be just fire. Thing that I love though, terrible game, terrible stretch for the Diamondbacks. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. B stop, delivers a great at-bat, gets home base, then leads to the Trey Turner at-bat. Trey Turner locks in. And when he pulls that, it was a hanging fucking, I think it was a slider or a curveball, hanging like a motherfucker. But when he pulls that bitch, it was like the same one, the home runs he was hitting in the World Baseball Classic. His swing is so, he just seems, you know what I'm saying? It's just a beautiful swing. It reminds me of Boom. Guys who stay low as fuck through the swing and shit. I like watching that shit. But we fucking suck still.
I mean, let's just remember though, like
second worst record in the division.
Part of this is because he's getting paid so much over these. You know, I mean, it's a $300 million deal.
Oh, it's an adjustment.
I was at the Phillies home opener when Bryce first signed, and he struck out like his first at bat or his first 2 at bats, and he's getting booed. Like that's part of like this Philadelphia nature of sports teams.
It's the initiation.
So it's funny that you brought that up because I'm like, oh my god, like everybody goes through it. Like everybody, like every Philadelphia athlete that is expected, you know, has high expectations and doesn't perform to them, is just going to get this reaction out of these fans. So that's just a good point.
Fucking pick it up too. I mean, we fucking replaced Bailey Falter for Ranger Suarez, what we thought was going to be an upgrade, and Ranger Suarez is posting a 10 ERA.
Well, your boy Strom hasn't been pitching well either.
He fucking sucks. I mean, he's a reliever. He fucking sucks too. Those guys, you know how I feel about Bailey Falter and Strom. Those guys were, I just wanted to see, they're everything I wanted to see in Ranger and Taiwan. Just that little fire to begin the season, but they all fell off. And now Ranger and Taiwan are here. Taiwan, he's even himself out a little bit, like a little bit. But them two specifically, I need fucking pickup time for. This is my guys. One thing we need to all be in spring training. My last point about the Phillies, Aaron, Zach, we need to be spring training going 100% the whole time. Ranger was hurt, whatever. We all need to be in spring training going 100% because we can't pitch to start the year shit. And then we start picking it up in July and shit. I don't like it. I want guys on their shit day one. I think we got Nola versus Dylan Dodd tonight.
Are we past the point? Here's a good question for any baseball fan out there of your, you know, respective teams. Are we past the point where you can say like, oh, it's still early, you can figure it out. This guy will figure it out. Are we past that point, or are we still in that point?
Nah, I don't think so. Nola last year, you know what I'm saying? A lot of guys on that team last year. I mean, I like to say fuck.
And I'm not saying like in a reference to Trey Turner because it's Trey Turner. He's gonna play
I know
every
exactly
game.
what you mean.
But like those pitchers and
yeah, the top guys, they'll figure it out. 100%. I think you're right, and I think it has to do. I think managers think that way. I think it has to probably do with wear and tear. You know what I'm saying? We know we're gonna be playing in October, so let's just not. I think as a fan, it's just selfish. You know, when the season started and you're the most locked in that little first 40-game stretch and you want to see everybody at 100%. And when this guy's still fucking getting a warm-up saying it drives you nuts. But I guarantee you, I think that's exactly what Rob Thompson's thinking. I think fucking Boone thinks the same way. You know what I mean? That's probably how the managers think. As a fan, selfishly, nah. But
yeah, we could say
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Well, speaking of game-tying homers in the ninth inning.
How about that? Hey, clap
it's both of our teams. Aaron Judge I guess it's like playing this role of I'm the best hitter in baseball. And when he hits this home run in the bottom of the ninth to tie the game against the Baltimore Orioles, who again are ahead of them in the standings, he's running back to the dugout and he's going like this with his jersey and he's hitting his chest. This is again days after this controversy with what he's looking with his eyes to the Toronto Blue Jays. So we won't even fucking go there. And then Anthony Volpe, the rookie, the 22-year-old, gets his first career walk-off. Sack fly, whatever you guys want to say about that. Sack fly this, sack fly that. He gets the ice bucket on him. He gets the bubble gum tossed on him. Let him have his moment. Aaron Judge and Anthony Rizzo look like proud fathers dumping that damn ice bucket on him. But then we look at the very next night, last night, the Yankees have a 5-1 fucking lead against this team. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who everybody, including myself as Yankees fans, are ready to let this guy go last year. Anthony Volpe comes in and takes his fucking spot. What did he do last night? Triple off the wall. Next at bat later, 2 innings later, a home run, and he's trying to create this name for himself as a role player on this team and doing the best that he can. But they blow this 5-1 lead, and they end up losing the game 9-6. So I saw a stat this morning of Nestor Cortez. His ERA in the first 4 innings is like a 2.01, something like that. And then the rest of the way, innings 5 through 7 or 5 through 9, whatever, just the second half of the game is like a 14.32 ERA. That just can't happen. Rodon, we need your fucking ass back in this lineup. Severino, like, finally, that man is back, but we got to keep you healthy. Josh Donaldson's getting ready for a rehab start this weekend. Possibly we can see in the next week or two.
I just saw him play.
Giancarlo Stanton.
I just saw him play too.
This is just ridiculous.
I'm like, holy shit.
But like, not discrediting and not looking past the fact that, we did just see a 5-game win streak from this team. Should have been 6. And the Rays are starting to cool off. Let's just highlight this for a second. 2 nights ago, what's today? This is Thursday. I didn't say it at the beginning. 2 nights ago, the Blue Jays beat the Rays 20-1.
Saw that.
Now, what I think is so fucking funny is I see on my TikTok feed that morning, Book It with Trent, and he's wearing a Blue Jays jersey, and he shows a video out the window, and he's like, I see a Blue Jay out the window. And he's like, guys, I'm not even like trying to do this because I'm wearing the jersey. I just was wearing this today and I see this and there's a Blue Jay outside. I'm nuking 5-unit max, nuking the Blue Jays. And then they win 20-1. So then he's like, this is what's crazy about sports betting. You can spend hours in the lab like trying to get the exact play. But then I'm in a Blue Jays jersey and I see a Blue Jay out the window and I nuke the Blue Jays and they kill him 20-1. It's a sign. It's a sign.
Facts.
So just thought that was funny.
It's funny too. You said about the fucking Yankees about the 6-game win streak, and it's funny the Phillies need something like that too. But I was gonna give that shit back. Like, where's the consistency from our teams, bro? Where is it? I just want to have like a nice little, maybe even 3-game win streak, lose 1, 4-game win streak, lose 2, 5-game win streak. I'll be cool with that. Can I get some consistent
And
baseball?
you guys have to go to Atlanta now.
Bro, Atlanta, New York. Oh, man. Like I said, we got Nola versus Dodd.
I will tell you
I think
what.
we see Wheeler next.
No team in the MLB has a tougher, in my opinion, has a tougher schedule in the month of June than the New York Mets. I mean,
They have
Braves, Cardinals, Phillies. They have a grueling schedule.
I think Trey Turner might have Trey Turner and Alec Bohm for the walk-off might have catapulted us into like a very important run we're about to go into the season, because struggling a shit ton, get that boost of momentum. Now it's like 2 of the biggest series to start the season kind of type shit. Braves and Mets gotta take some off these teams, or it's people are gonna start getting loud. It doesn't really fucking matter. But I think they're gonna go into this with like a hella momentum, hella motivation just to prove a fucking point. And these next week's gonna be a big one to file for all Phillies fans, I believe.
I just want to tell you the schedule that the Mets have for the month of June. Starting on June 1st, this is the end of the 3-game set with the Phillies. That's so technically that's June 1st. You get 1 game there. Then you get 3 against Toronto. Then 3 in Atlanta, followed by 3 in Pittsburgh. Who maybe last year you'd be saying, "Oh, that's a sweep." Nope. No.
Idea.
Not this year.
Rich Hill might get you a win.
Then
Rich Hill.
And then home against the Yankees for 2 games in the Subway Series. One of them on a Wednesday ESPN game.
We know it's at least a split.
Then 3 home against St. Louis.
Damn.
That's still tough too. Then you go 3 in Houston against the defending champs. Then 3 in Philadelphia.
Damn.
Followed by 4 in Milwaukee.
Damn.
And you close the month of June, Friday, June 30th, home against the San Francisco Giants. That is one tough
And that's
fucking
the
month.
Mets. That's the Mets.
That's the Mets. We're gonna learn if after this month of June, we are gonna learn if this team has a playoff spot or if this team is out early.
It might be the moving month. The Phillies going to win this series versus the Braves. Get some momentum. The Mets start to fall.
I'm telling you what. Hey, Frank the
We've
Tank.
seen this movie before.
If Frank the Tank is out there, I feel so bad for you and your Mets.
We've seen this
But
movie
you know
before,
what?
Frankie.
I can't wait to watch your videos every fucking day of this grueling month of June because the Mets, I mean, I'm throwing in the can I wave the white
We've
flag
seen
for the
it
Mets?
before, Frankie. We've seen it before.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Had to bring that up. Okay.
That's huge for everything we got going on in Philly, though.
That is very, very big. Houston, St. Louis, Toronto.
Twice.
Yankees,
twice.
Phillies twice. Bro. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the NHL here.
Oh my God. What's the first one?
The first one here is Bobrovsky because he's
And your guy.
yeah, we'll get to him in a second, but this guy, Sergei Bobrovsky, has just been playing lights out this entire playoffs. And I think people still need to understand that this team was about to miss the playoffs. And they've made it this far.
Had the 17th best record. I heard that last night and got mind blown. They had only 16 teams get in. Oh my God! They've been just stealing coin, bro.
Like
just all of it.
They have just been like. Can we still remember? Now heading to the Stanley Cup Final, this team was down 3-1 after losing 6-2 to go down 3-1. I mean. It was all hope was lost for these guys. All hope was lost. Bobrovsky played an unbelievable series, winning 4-0 in this Eastern Conference Final. I do want to say this crazy thing. I saw this thing. I believe Full Send Hockey or Instagram had this stat. He loses like 10 pounds a game
I believe it.
from sweating and all this kind of stuff.
I believe it.
I wonder if that's like that for regular goaltenders. One thing I want to discuss before we get into Before we get into Matthew Tkachuk and this insane series that he had to boost his team to the Stanley Cup Final, I want to talk about the Carolina Hurricanes head coach Rod Brind'Amour and what he said in the press conference last night. And if you didn't, you got to go watch this clip because he had said, and I get it, heat of the moment, right? Your team was in it for a lot of these games, and it just didn't go your way. That's kind of what he was trying to say. But he's like, his quote was like, yeah, on paper, it looks like we got swept, but like we didn't get swept in this series. No, you did, because you lost 4-0.
Yeah,
you got swept.
I feel like, yo,
don't
game
say that.
2.
Don't say that.
Nah.
You got swept.
Oh my God, I feel him because they are coin stealers. Game 2, they were better. Game 3, they were better. No, not game 3. Game 2, they were better, and you can.
It's the fact.
They got swept. They got swept. I do understand what he's saying though. Because, goddamn, I'm watching 39 shots just get fucking eaten alive.
It's just Bobrovsky being him.
And Florida just gets 5 opportunities a period, and they just cash in. What's the dude's name? My guy now, Duclair or what's his name? Duclair. Jesus, fuck.
Anthony Duclair.
Let's just get to Duclair. Duclair's gonna body somebody. They had one go. He bodied somebody. Pass. Right up next. That was like their first shot of the period. I'm sitting there like, yo, we've had a fucking power play. We've had like 2 hits saved by Bobrovsky.
That's how they lost last night. Power play, late power play.
Bro, I do feel him.
But we don't say that.
We don't say that.
It's 4-0, dude. I get it. Things didn't go your way, and that's what he said. Because he did.
They are the top coin stealers.
He did say. He said, this very well could have gone the other way.
Oh.
I mean, a lot of overtime winners, for sure. But hey, it fucking
Brother.
didn't. It fucking didn't, and you lost 4-0.
You're so right. Yo, they've stolen so much coin. after game one, I pushed the chips in on Carolina, and every time they lost, I just fucking went back and went back and went back. And what I did last night, soon as the game, I mean, it was like the score would go with like 2 seconds left or 3 seconds left. I'm fucking livid. I just completely tilt bet Panthers to win the cup, Nuggets to win the finals. I have not bet Florida once in this entire cup playoffs. They have stolen so much coin from me. Matter of fact, my top 3 coin stealers this playoffs, it got to go Carolina, Edmonton. Edmonton's just stolen the entire lot. And then I'm just going to put Florida in there because they beat me in other series as well. They owe me one. Your man Kachuk, Bobrovsky.
We'll get to
Duclair.
I want to talk about
They all owe me one. Just one series. Oh, who's in Sam Bennett? Tough. You owe me one because you've been killing me. Just give me one series. Get my coin back.
I want to talk about Brooks Koepka too. Nothing to do with the PGA Championship.
Oh no, him at the game. I spit on this fucking thing talking about the
He so Sunday, let's front off for sports. Let's just talk about what the South Florida native Brooks Koepka had in his week. Sunday, he wins the PGA Championship for $3 million. Monday, attends Panthers-Canes Game 3. Tuesday, attends Heat-Celtics Game 4. Wednesday, watches his Panthers clinch the Stanley Cup berth. Pretty cool stuff there.
Tough.
Let's do some statistics here before we move on with Matthew Tkachuk in the Eastern Conference Final. What a series by the young lad. Game 1, 4 overtime game-winning goal. Game 2, overtime game-winning goal. Game 3, assisted on the winning goal. And Game 4, scored the winning goal with 4 seconds left to send his team to the Stanley Cup Final. What an unbelievable clutch player and clutch performer that is.
Bro, I swear to God, bro, because he's stolen so much coin. If he doesn't get right next week, bro, oh my God. I'm telling you, Bobrovsky, Sam Bennett, Duclair, all 4 of y'all. I need y'all locked in, or it's gonna be real problems. I swear, because every time I bet against them, holy shit, it's Draisaitl and fucking McDavid. I swear to Christ, I know Vegas is cool and all, but I don't know. They got to be one of the hottest teams going to the Stanley Cup Final of all fucking time.
Right. Well. And on the other side of the coast, in the West Coast, the Stars and the Vegas Golden Knights. Jamie Benn is suspended 2 games for his cross-check on Mark Stone, which was just an ugly...
That was fucking egregious.
Not a hockey player.
I had Dallas Stars that night. I knew as soon as that fucking happened, game over. Because they're another fucking team. Just like the Carolina Panthers, by the way. Why is someone getting hurt in the first 3 minutes every game? Why? Both of these teams, bro. Why?
I had Stars to score first in that game, too.
Oh, my God.
And they didn't score. They didn't even score.
Yo, that fucker, he did it in front of the ref? In front of the camera? Bro. Like, you're just watching the game. I'm like, I was like,
how about having the audacity to say that I fell on him?
Nah, that was
that was full force.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hurt somebody.
I was like, what the?
Look, again, heat of the moment, trying
100%.
to get. His whole point was, my whole thing is I'm trying to, spark something from my team. We're down 1 early, try to get back in it. But that's just not a hockey play. And now your team's down 3-0, and you're gone for 2 of those games. So Game 4 and Game 5, you're gone. So that means you need to hope that your team can force a Game 6 for your sorry ass to play again? Fuck out of here.
Bennington looked like fucking shit.
Vegas, we will see you in Florida. Okay?
Well, Bennington had like 3 goals in 3 minutes in that game.
It's just a joke.
Did you see the dude? Would you watch the Carolina game?
Yeah.
Did you see the dude Nate just take the fucking puck off literally the ACL?
Oh, yeah.
And then come back. Mm-hmm. Bro, I was like, what the fuck?
It's my favorite part about
actually, what the fuck?
Playoff hockey is seeing how these guys are just warriors, but then when their team gets eliminated, you just see what they're dealing with.
Torn ACL. I had to be
skating on broken toes.
Oh my God.
So, for this Vegas Stars series, real quick, this is over. I mean, this is kind of like this. This is like the Heat Nuggets series. Heat Nuggets series. That's what it might be.
Both of them.
For the Heat Celtics series, we could see Vegas drop one tonight, and just like Jimmy Butler did, Vegas is going to be sitting there just laughing it off. We are not worried. Same thing for this Vegas series. They very well could easily lose this one. 3-1, but it's not going to matter because they're going to, Vegas is going to win Game 5 anyway. So it's Vegas and Florida, and my pick's Florida. I also just want to see the underdog. Am I like that with the Heat? Fuck no. But all right, let's move on. Like, speaking of, what a segue by the kid. They didn't even know that was what was actually next. But Heat's Game 4 loss. What's Jimmy Butler's reaction? We're just laughing. We're fine. I'm not worried about it. Everything's gonna be all right, he says.
I fuck with that. And you know what? Everyone, me included, was like, this is the series that if anything's going to happen, we're talking that 3-0 shit, if anything weird's going to happen, it's just like the perfect book for the series. The 8 seeds up 3-0, the favorites down, JT, Jaylen Brown, what the fuck's going on here to get a game back? You kind of like, I love Jimmy Butler so much because I don't think there's another guy in the NBA right now that I would actually want to rock with on my side besides Jimmy Butler. He just seems to have the perfect demeanor in every fucking situation. The games where he needs to have 45, he's in that dog mode. No, get out of my way. I'm not coming out the game. No one else is getting a shot. Like, we've seen those games he had versus the Bucks, etc. You've seen him take a different step, injured versus the Knicks. Now he's playing kind of a supporting role. I'm going to still get my 25. I got to let other guys get off. Now we got to let Max Strus get off. We got to let Bam have his games. Now I'm kind of playing that like father figure kind of alpha role. Now he's kind of back in, all right, we're up 3-0. I got some guys with me that might be like, we're the worst team. We might, fuck all that. Everything's all right. That's what I was talking about with why Joel Embiid and him worked so well together. I think he's just the perfect teammate to have with you to go to war. I really can't think of anybody else, not necessarily skill-wise. I'm just saying necessarily just as a teammate, as someone I want to rock with. I don't think there's anybody else in the league I want to rock with besides Jimmy Butler, to be completely honest.
Well, in terms of this whole everything's going to be all right thing, they still have to go to Boston.
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
Like, if I'm Jason Tatum, if I'm Jaylen Brown,
they're looking to chop.
If I'm these Boston fans, I'm like a hyena ready to...
Because what they're saying, we just get this one in Boston, then they're shitting their pants. Rightfully,
not in our house.
Right, and rightfully so. If they do win this game, I would be kind of shitting my pants if I'm a Heat fan. We got Jimmy Butler. I don't know. I do really think this is like one series of all time where this weird shit could happen. It kind of has that feeling of when the Cavs came back 3-1. It just had that kind of feeling of where it was like, this could just happen. And it takes, we'll see in the next game, obviously, if they win. But there's something about that Game 5 Celtics-Warriors, just seeing the attitude that Kyrie and LeBron had, both of them just going to get their 40 every night. You saw that really early on in Game 5, it was going to be like that. They were like, this is on us. If the Celtics come out, and I mean, it might not be their game, but if we could tell that JT and JB are like, no. We're living and dying by our shot profile, by us running and gunning. We're still going to run the offense, but JT, and JB, we're going to have to get our 30 a night, and we're going to go for it. If they had that attitude, it could get scary. But
Celtics are in a prime spot here
to do that. But I think I'm with Jimmy. I think maybe it's just his leadership or something. I think it's all going to be all right.
This bet. PFT commentator. He does Pardon My Take with Barstool Big Cat. And he put both teams were up 3-0 in their respective series. Panthers, Heat. He puts 10,000 on a parlay that's like minus 900 for both of those two teams to advance.
Oh my God.
10,000 to win 1,000. And then his whole point's like, like you
get a free rack.
In 1 week, you get like another % of your money or whatever. Like in the statistic terms.
I do understand.
It's like putting 10 grand on a stock and then 2 days later you make 1,000. I pull out. I made 1,000 in 2 days. Whatever. Right? Wow. Something like that. Now, to the sports betting eye, that makes no sense.
No, because you know how this shit works.
And then when they lose, he's like bugging the fuck out because he's like, well, they're like, what we're saying here. We're going back to Boston. And to your point exactly, it's like this perfect story ever that could happen. You have the 8 seed that is just leading 3-0, has had an unbelievable performance in these playoffs. And then you have the favorite that kind of like he's, shaky a little bit, tougher to get through the Sixers. Now you're down 3-0.
The Hawks took 2 off of him.
100%. 3-1 now, but then we get to go back home and we can just force game 6. And then look, we just got to win one more and then we're back here for game 7. So now I'm like, uh-oh.
Bro, I'm telling you. If you ever need a reminder, watch what LeBron and Kyrie did to close 5, 6, 7. Tatum and JB are going to do the same damn thing, and you're going to be able to tell, I promise you, in like the first 2 quarters. Unless JT does this thing where he has, let's not talk about the Sixers series, but you know what I'm saying. Unless he wants to do that fourth quarter shit again. Fuck you for that, but still not recovered from that. But.
Yeah, well, speaking of LeBron, the Lakers are done. 4-game sweep. Really thought they were going to pull that
Can we
one out.
actually, my fault, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to actually put a mistake on that. Let's clap it up for the Nuggets for sweeping the fucking Lakers. Because everybody leading with the fucking Lakers, me included. God damn. Jokic is a fucking problem. My fault, gang. You got it.
5 of 6 last
You
5
got
of 6
it, bro.
games. 5 of them are triple doubles.
Every step back threes, every single game with the shot clock going down. You got it, gang. You know what I'm saying?
That guy.
You got it, gang. Shooting like 50-50. Like 50-50-90 damn near 50-40-90. I mean, it's definitely over 50-40-90, but he's fucking, he's insane. My fault, ganger. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it all out the way. My guy got his MVP, you got your MVPs. He still gave you 50. He's probably still going to mash you every matchup, but you probably might have the edge overall. All good. Jamal Murray, he's a coin stealer too because he loves to have.
Can I just say this though?
But
Remember,
he's a fucking stud as well. And one last thing I want to say that doesn't get enough credit, and I was actually, Aaron Gordon's a fucking gigantic piece on the championship team. A guy that's that long, plays that good of defense, can rebound. Obviously, I had to work on 3-point shot, but he can bring the ball up as well, passes very well. Just an insane piece. Like, there's a lot of shit that we had to clap about the Nuggets, and I had to get that shit out the way.
I just remember saying a week ago, and that, D'Angelo Russell has to be the guy to step up. Where'd you go?
Step down.
Where did you go?
He stepped down.
I mean, we didn't see you. It's like I'm seeing that picture of fucking Steph Curry like sitting on the bench like this, and he's just glaring at Jordan Poole looking up at him. And they're like, oh, Jordan Poole's done. Well, D'Angelo Russell, well, what happened? This is a moment where we needed you to
He said,
be
what
apart."
happened?
Where did you go? Where did you go? I'm watching these games. I'm like, I look like an idiot. I thought that was a great fucking take, and you just completely proved me wrong.
No, it was because they were like 15 in the playoffs when he scored 16 points or more. That was 100% the take. I was right with you. He just fucking hopped in his bag, and I was just trying to promote that fucking drink brand. Go drink code or whatever it is. Code for code 5.
Whatever it is.
And
Yeah.
that, that's some fire marketing, by the way. I got it. Tip my cap to Coach.
How about when they were like trying to get him to not put it on there?
I guarantee you they set that up, and that was just brilliant marketing.
Yeah.
Brilliant marketing.
And then they're like, well, let's find him. But let's talk about LeBron.
I'm going to say, do you think LeBron is going to retire?
No. I think this is all media work. But again, hey, when you get swept mentally, you're like, fuck, man. Another off season where it's not really that long of an off season, but I got to continue to work so my body's ready to go. So it's not really an off season because we're still working every day.
And that's the key word you just said right there, body. I think this is one of the first times where LeBron really is starting to question his body.
I think
Ankle.
also mentally too.
Oh, 100%. That ties in.
Grueling, the
Absolutely.
traveling, 82 fucking games. What the media is going to say about me if I don't play fucking, more than 65 games in a season.
Right. I think this is really the first time though. He's really. You got to think I think it was his first or second year with the Lakers. He had the Marcus Smart thing happen where he fucked his ankle up again this year. I think this is the first time he's really had one of those lingering, I'm getting older injuries. And first of all, I think he's coming back. But I think it's just human nature. Let's say in the last 4 years of your golf career, you tweaked your hip twice. You know what I'm saying? Try to win this tournament, came up short twice, won it once. Actually won it once, came up short the second time, getting older. You gonna think like, damn, should I just chill? He probably just in the bunch of comments thinking out loud. He a businessman, you know what he done. First headline, what can the Lakers do to make sure LeBron can come back? He ain't no dummy.
That's also
no dummy. This is very natural, and this is a very nice, I think, people can say it's a chess move. I think it's pretty natural. It could be a chess move too. I think this is very human nature. He's 38 years old. I'm not the least. I was never the least bit surprised that he even considered retirement. Well, I'm surprised every day I see this motherfucker still playing basketball. So I think it's very much human nature, but he could also be playing chess and he's trying to get some pieces in here in place to make another run at it. I would love to see LeBron keep going, but we gotta accept the fact this motherfucker is 38, and it is. You know what I'm saying? He's still running down there, dunking on folk, trying to drop 45 in elimination games, as we all seen. Like,
let's also remember
he's a human.
What he said, what LeBron said months ago. I'm playing with my son, and then I'm done. That's it.
Told us.
So we already heard that, and now Bronny's going to USC. So you have to kind of like hope that he's a one and done, and then he goes and plays with his dad somewhere, and then LeBron's done before the age 40. Done. Fine. Get his ass finally some rest. But at this point, is it a little bit of marketing? Maybe slightly. But I think more of it is like he's already starting to think of all the shit that goes into the season, and it's not really going to be an off season because I got to do all this work to make sure that I'm ready to continue to go.
He don't ever,
and if
have,
I have
he
to,
don't ever have an off season.
No, not at all. And if I have to do fucking, 2 more years, technically speaking, he would be 40 then. Then, I gotta be ready, and it's travel and away from the family, his daughter, his wife, and all this kind of stuff. So a lot goes into that, and obviously everybody knows that's the questions that are going to be asked. But at the same time, let the man just think on his fucking own, man.
It's crazy though, because he could really still play. Like, he has 5 years in him, bro. I know he does.
That's crazy though.
Bro, what was it? Game 4, game 3, where he had 40, 10, and 10. Like, he was just, he was literally conserving that. I know he was. He was literally conserving that. It ain't going nowhere. I think a lot of that shit had to do with his health this year. I feel like if he was 100%, things could have been a little different, but I think LeBron got years in him. I think LeBron might play with Bronny for a little bit. I don't know. I mean, he's not Brett Favre, but we saw Brett Favre retire like twice.
Facts.
Tom Brady, like.
I want to say this.
I don't think Bron done. I think it's just human nature. He's like, damn, I'm getting old.
There were some things that I saw on.
I just got swept by Jokic. What the fuck? Like, I'm getting old.
Colin Cowherd had said, there's some teams out there that are win now teams, and you know how he has some crazy takes. And he says, well, one of the teams that is a win now team is the Golden State Warriors, and they're a piece away. So he says his whole trade proposal, one that is a slightly different than that, is what your boy Nick Wright says. So here's a tweet
My boy
from Dr. Guru. Nick Wright proposes a trade between the Lakers and the Warriors. LeBron James goes to the Golden State Warriors in return for Jordan Poole, Jonathan Kuminga, and Moses Moody.
Yeah.
And then you got fucking both of them. You got Nick Wright and Colin Cowherd on different shows saying, like, explaining the roster. Draymond, Clay, Steph, LeBron.
It's not happening.
Looney. And then they're like, that's a win now team. All right.
It's not. I'm
looking at that. I'm laughing to myself because that's just not happening.
They're so good at trying to, like,
stir the pot.
Oh my God, they're so good at it, bro. That shit's fucking hilarious. I think that shit's a real skill. That shit's fucking funny.
I mean, regardless, he's going to wherever Bronny ends up. So, like, that's
I think he might either go hot take. I think LeBron 100% finishes his career in Miami or Cleveland. And
it's got to be Cleveland.
I lean Miami. I think he owes Pat Riley a favor. I think he was supposed to deliver Pat Riley a little more championships than that. And I think he owes Pat Riley a favor. And I think he's going to end his career in Miami.
Why don't we stamp that? Let's stamp that.
I think he's going to end his career in Miami. I don't know if he's going to give him another chip, but I think he owes him a little favor.
100%. That's our show for you all today, ladies and gentlemen. If you have been watching on YouTube, make sure to drop a like, comment, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button. For our audio platforms down below, Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Again, give us those ratings. They do help our audio platforms go longer and further than you will ever know. Our social media platforms, if you are not already following, our Twitter is at 80ED Podcast, our Instagram at 80ED Pod, and our TikTok. Oh no, I hit the wrong button. I'm gonna have to cut that shit out.
Fuck it.
You want to leave that one? I hate that one. I hit both at the same time. That's just not happening. I'm not happening. Well, our outro music is kind of fucked up today, so we'll see you on the next one. You've been listening to the All Day Everyday Show with All Day AJ and Manny Ruffin. My name is Alex Akers, but you can call me All Day AJ. Well, no fucking outro music. We'll see you in the next one. See you guys.
Fuck.
That's hilarious.